Check it out, it's the all-new third-generation Cadillac CTS. It's bigger than before, and the reason why? Because now they have the smaller ATS. The ATS has been a big hit for General Motors. It's won all kinds of awards, and on the back of the success, sales in Canada for Cadillac are up 41% compared to last year. So that ATS was developed to take on cars like the BMW 3 Series. The previous generation of CTS really kind of straddled those two categories, the small car and the mid-size car. So now that they have the ATS, they've made the CTS bigger. First and foremost, it's longer, it's lower, it's lighter, and it's leaner. It's remarkably lighter than much of the competition, and it looks fantastic. I really like the ATS when I drove it, and I also like them when I see them on the road. I think it's a great looking car, and they've taken a lot of the success, especially on the front end, and adapted it to the CTS. Very angular, muscular. The light treatment on the front is fantastic. It looks great when you see it on the road or one of them is driving behind you. So the objectives for this car, to make it lighter than the competition, to have more power than the competition, to offer more features as standard equipment than the competition, and in a lot of ways, this new car delivers. The 2014 Cadillac CTS starts at just under $51,000. The luxury trim comes in at $54,000. The performance model is $61,000. There's the premium trim for $66,000, and the top V Sport model is $74,000. This is the model that they took to the Nürburgring. They took it there to dial in the Cadillac CTS suspension and to set a faster time than the original CTS V. There is a lot to talk about with this new Cadillac CTS. First and foremost, the platform is really an elongated version of the ATS, and that's good. It provides a great platform from which to bolt the suspension, and this car does have the magnetic ride control. If you get a car equipped with either 18 or 19-inch wheels, it doesn't come standard. In addition, it's light. It's 383 pounds lighter than a similarly equipped 535 with all-wheel drive. 383 pounds is a lot of weight savings. This is the lightest car in its class, and when you shed weight and add in powerful engines, you can get a very dynamic package. On power, this car leads the main competitor that they're striving to beat, which is the BMW 5 Series. Base BMW 5 Series engine, it's 240 horsepower. This car's got a 2-liter turbo with 272 horsepower. Then you go to the V6 engine, that has 321 horsepower. BMW's is 300 horsepower. Then you go to the top motor before you get to the V. It's called the V Sport. It has a twin turbo version of the 3.6, and that has 420 horsepower and 430 foot-pounds of torque. In comparison, the 550 from BMW has just 400 horsepower. So Cadillac's done an excellent job of creating more power for their car, making it lighter, which makes it perform better. It also has fantastic steering, and the automatic transmission is very quick to downshift. Here's the difference though. BMW equips all of their cars with an 8-speed automatic transmission. You only get the 8-speed in this car with the rear-wheel drive models. If you want all-wheel drive, which is what most Canadians are going to want, you get a 6-speed gearbox. That's the same thing that Lexus does with their new IS, by the way. In addition, the brakes are fabulous, Brembo brakes. So this is a compelling package. Power, lighter, dynamic, and for less money. The Cadillac adds more standard equipment in Canada. You get leather seats as standard equipment, heated and vented, of course, for our cold Canadian winters, and you get power seats. That's all standard, along with push-button start, the Bose surround system, and the Cadillac Q system, which is the great-looking screen in the middle. This Cadillac Q system, I think, is one of the nicest looking graphics packages they have on the interior of a car. It really is interesting, but On the downside, you've got this system here where you have what's called haptic feedback. You push on it, much like a game controller, you get a little buzz and vibration. You have that as well with this Q system. Now, it looks very futuristic, kind of in keeping with the avant-garde exterior of this car, but because it has the shiny sort of piano finish on it, it shows fingerprints and dust. We've already cleaned it today, and it's already looking dirty again, so that's something to keep in mind. On the upside, though, Cadillac has done a great job with the materials in this car. If you watch my videos, you know I'm always complaining about hard plastic surfaces on the bottom half of the instrument panel. The top, of this class, of course, is going to be soft touch, but they take this soft touch materials all the way down to the bottom, not only on the console, but on the glove box and on the door panels. And some people leave comments and say, who cares? It's just plastic, but it scratches. And it looks ratty after a short period of time. Soft touch feels better, and it won't show those scuffs and scratches as easily. The car isn't as big as the 5 Series, which is the vehicle they're trying to compare it to. It's narrower by about 2 inches. It has less seat room in the back, but it has lots of seat room here in the front, and the headroom here is a little bit squashed as well compared to the 5 Series. Doesn't mean it's uncomfortable, just if they're trying to compare it to 5 Series, it is a little bit smaller on the inside. But it offers a lot of content for the money. As I mentioned, all the features that I've just shown you here, plus more for a good price. Is this CTS going to be successful? I can say yes. And the reason is the ATS has won awards, it's getting attention for Cadillac, and it's bringing buyers in. Sales are up. So they've taken the goodness of the ATS, they've extended the platform to make it a mid-size car. There's a couple of things to look at. You want to look at the inside. That Q system looks fantastic, but the way you interact with it, with the high gloss center panel, it shows fingerprints rather quickly. The back seat isn't as big as some of the competition, and when you compare it to BMW, they're throwing that out there saying that's the car you should really look at. Well, their models come available with all-wheel drive and 8-speed automatic on everything but the M5. If you want all-wheel drive with the CTS, you've got to go to a 6-speed automatic, and their most powerful, their V-Sport, is only available with rear-wheel drive. So why is this car going to win? Price. It's less expensive than the competition. It's got great handling and dynamics. It offers a lot of features on their base model. So if you're interested in a mid-size car, the CTS definitely looks the part and is worth your attention.